Greetings for the day. My name is Muhammad Ahmed Ali. Welcome to another session of computer networks. So, in today's session, we are going to learn about a routing protocol on internet protocol that is Open Shortest Path First, or it has also been called as OSPF protocol. It is also called as OSPF protocol. Now, before going to this, like in the last session, we have studied about the internet protocol and the address in that, and also with reference to the classes of internet protocol and the different types of things that is being available or that is being provided as services in internet protocol. So in today's session, we are going to learn about an routing protocol that is Open Shortest Path protocol, which is being operated and which is being used on internet protocol. Okay. Now, what is this Open Shortest Path First protocol in the sense? It is something which is a protocol in which every of the network is being calculated with some of the shortest path to send the information from source to the destination. Like as I have told you in every of the class, I repeatedly tell you, like internet or networks is all about sending information from source to the destination, or processing the path by which the packets or the information can reach from source to the destination, or it can also be rephrased as the procedure or the path or the instruction or the algorithm or whatever you call the things or the program being designed to transfer the information from source to destination is called as a network or a network. Now on that, what are the things that will be applied, like what are the different protocols being applied, or what are the different set of instructions that is being applied on that, so that that particular packet can reach the destination with reference to the time constraint, with reference to the availability, with reference to without duplication. There are many of the things. For instance, if I tell you, if I am able to communicate with you, if at all we are having a video conference, if at all we are having a conversation between us, if at all if you are asking me a question now and I am answering the answer after some time or after 1 hour, this is also not good. Like this is not the quality of services. Though I am giving the answer, but the answer is after 1 hour. Or else I am giving first part of the answer, last part of the answer, and middle part of the answer is being missing. This is also not what you call as accepted with reference to the quality of services. And also, if at all if I am speaking in a language in which you don't understand, in that case also you asking a question, I am giving answers, is not being communicated. Is not being communicated. In the same way, in computer networks also, with reference to computer networks, whenever you are processing something or whenever you are communicating something, you need to keep everything in mind, like which protocol is to be used, which packet is to be sent, which type of methodology is to be used, which type of algorithm can be applied, and different types of things that need to keep in mind so that the communication can happen in a proper way. The communication can happen in a proper way, or else you will make the communication to a standard wherein that reaches the standard of that communication. If at all, if I am not able to say anything, if at all if I am able to process something like or if at all if I am if at all if I am able to say the thing is in that way, then in that case also I am able to communicate something. If at all, for instance, if I say you, someone have asked you the address, you cannot speak that language. Some Chinese or some American have asked you the address of some XYZ place. You don't know the exact place. What do you say? You go straight, left, right. You say in this way. This also say communicating one thing, and also the other way is like you say go, you like by the hand signal you can say straight, left, right, straight, then down, up. In this way also you can communicate. The other way of communication, the best way of communication is like you speak in the language in which he is speaking, and in this way we can have a good communication. So that is the thing all about computer networks. Now to make this possible, to how these things can be achieved, we are having different protocols, we are having different algorithms, we are having different methodologies by which we can attain and by which we can achieve all those things in our computer networks. Now coming towards open shortest path first protocol, what it says open shortest path first, OSPF is a link state routing protocol that is used to find the best path between the source and the destination router using its own shortest path first. Now what do you mean by this? Like, in a network, the network will have different things interconnected to one another. Now what it does is, like, it takes the shortest path, to retrieve that information, and to send the information from source to the destination. Or else, if I say in a shorter way, let us take an example of Google. Like, Google is an American based company, and we are able to access that Google on our computer sitting in our place. How is it possible? This is possible why? Because it takes the shortest path on which that Google server is being present. If at all Google server duplicate is also present in India, Google server is duplicate is also present in XYZ country, ABC country, it means I am able to, like, take down the information, or I am able to take the shortest path from source to destination so that I can receive that packet or I can send that packet to that destination. So as the definition says, it finds the best path. It finds the best path between the source and destination using its shortest path. Like, it has nodes, it has routes, it has interconnections. Using all those things, it will find the shortest path to send the information from source to destination. Now what it further says, OSPF is developed by Internet Engineering Task Force. Now what is this? This is what do you call a committee, or something like online people who sits on the internet and decides which things to be done. Like, we have different types of things like W3 consortium, like World Wide Consortium, and also like Internet Engineering Task Force, IETF. This monitors the internet. Like, these people, they monitor the internet and they say like how internet should work, what are the protocols, and what is to be embedded, and what are the things that need to be, like, considered as a protocol and all these things. For instance, like, to explain you what Internet Engineering Task Force is, like, if I ask you, what do you call a cell phone? Like, to call something as a cell phone, what is the basic thing that is being required? The basic thing that is being required is it should have incoming, it should have outgoing, it should have calculator, it should have ringtones. If at all these qualities, or like it should receive and send SMS. If these are the qualities of some of the device, then we call that device as a mobile phone. Like, if you have a calculator, that calculator cannot be considered as a mobile phone based on its structure, but because it should have some qualities or it should have some features in it. In the same way, if at all something is structured but the qualities are not there, then this Internet Engineering Task Force will decide whether to take this as a protocol or not to take this as a protocol. So that is one of the thing. OSPF is developed by Internet Engineering Task Force as one of the interior gateway protocol. That is the protocol which aims at moving the packets within a large autonomous system or routing domain. So this is used to communicate or intercommunicate with one another router so that the communication can be efficient, and also it takes the shortest path. That is the biggest thing. It takes the shortest path to route the protocols or to route the packets of information or to route the things from source to the destination, Now moving forward, what OSPF terms are? OSPF terms, the first terms is like, what do you mean by terms? Terms in the sense, there will be some grammar or there will be something like terminology which will be called in that particular protocol. What is the term? Router ID. What do you mean by router ID? It is the highest active IP address present on router first, or router. First, the highest loopback address is considered. And further it says, if no loopback is configured, then the highest active IP address on the interface of the router is considered. Now what do you mean by this router ID? Router ID in the sense the active IP then by which you will be passing that information. If you remember in the previous session we studied about like transferring the packet with reference to the IDs, with reference to the address, with reference to the previous address and routing things. So with the same thing, the OSPF also will have a router ID which is been considered as the highest active IP address present on the router. That is been considered as a router ID. Now what the second thing? Router's priority. It is like, what is router priority? It is a 8-bit value assigned to a router operating OSPF used to elect DR and BDR in a broadcast network. Now what is DR and BDR? DR stands for designated router and BDR stands for backup designated router. Now what do you mean by this? In the sense like when we are sending the packets in a network, or when we are sending some of the things, then these things comes into picture. What it is? Designated router, it is elected to minimize the number of adjacency form, or else DR distributes the LSA to all the other routers. DR is directed in a broadcast network to which all the other routers shares their DVD. Now what is this all things we coming to? Like we will study all these things. In a broadcast network, router requests for an update to DR and DR will respond to the request with an update. Now this looks somewhat complicated now, like the definition and all these things. If I say these things in simpler way, it means the router which is being next to the router, it updates from it. For instance, I know the path from A to B and my neighbor know the path from B to D. So what I'll do is like I'll take an update from the next router so that I can reach to C. I can reach to C or I can reach to other router called as D. So in this way the things happen. This is what we call as a designated routers. Like it is elected to minimize the number of adjacency form and also with reference to minimizing the congestion on the on the routers, minimize the number of adjacency. Now what do you mean by backup designated router? BDR is a backup to DR. Like as a backup, you can understand by the name, it is a backup in the sense it stores the backup address, like it has a backup in a broadcast network. When the DR goes down, BDR becomes a DR and perform its function. So with reference to the backup, you can understand that when DR is not working, BDR will come into picture and it will handle the the router and the network. In a sense, it is a backup of a type of a thing. Like when one goes down, the others come into picture. When others goes down, the thirds come into picture. In a sense, it is a backup type of a network which assists the network, which assists the actual network. I can say, which assists the actual network. This is what are the terms referred to OSPF. What are the terms? Router ID, router priority, designated router, backup designated routers. Now coming forward, what are the criteria for OSPF? What should be the criteria? Criteria in the sense, there should be some criteria. For instance, you have taken the admission into engineering. Moving from first year to second year, there should be some criteria. Moving from second year to third year, there should be some criteria, and there is some criteria. And moving from third year to final year, there is always a criteria. So in OSPF also, there will be some of the criteria, there will be some of the conditions based on which it is been considered as an OSPF. To form a neighborship in OSPF, there is a criteria for both the routers. What are the conditions? First is it should be present in same area. It should be present in same area in the sense, if I want to communicate with you, you should be in communication with me. In the sense, same area in the sense, it should be in a similar connection. Like it is like what I am speaking is like it is one to many type of communication. Like one is speaking and many are listening. And many are listening. This is what we call as one to many communication. There is something like one to one communication in the sense one will be speaking, one will be listening, one will be listening, one will be speaking. So this is one-to-one communication, and there will be something like many-to-one communication. In the sense, if at all if you go to the courtroom, therein many people will be questioning you. If at all if you go for an interview, a group interview, therein multiple people will be questioning you. It is in the sense many to one type of communication. And also if you see in a parliament, many to many communication, in the sense many people will be speaking to many people. This is what we call as the different types of communication with reference to the networks. Now what it says, it should be present in the same network. It should be present in the same network, the first criteria. The second is router ID must be unique. Like we have seen in the previous slide, what is router ID? Router ID means the IP address that you will be having should be unique. Unique in the sense every of the things should have a different IP addresses. There should be no duplication. But the third one, subnet mask should be same. What do you mean by subnet mask in the sense? And all, like see, subnet mask is something like which backups your network or which assists you with the accurate network. Have you ever wondered, like the internet service provider or the internet people who will be giving you internet, they will be having only one IP address. They will be having only one IP address. Within that one IP address, they are giving many more IP addresses to other people. How is this possible? This is possible all due to subnet mask. This is all possible due to the subnet mask. This is also called as subnetting. This is also called as subnetting in the sense, for an instance, if for your information I will tell you, the internet and telephone network that is being used in India, the backend of all of the networks with reference to making a call and also with reference to internet is BSNL. In the sense, all of the people who wants to do the business in India with reference to communication, they should borrow the network from BSNL. It means the internet that we are getting is actually from BSNL. The internet that we are getting from Vodafone and Idea is actually from BSNL. The call that we are making is a part of BSNL network. In the sense, they have hired or they have leased that particular IP address for their particular use, and they are providing that services from, they are providing the services from that particular IP address. In the sense, with reference to subnetting or with reference to subnet mask, we can divide more networks. And also what it says, the subnet mask should be same. The subnet mask should be same. What it says, the next one is like hello and dead timer should be same. What is hello and dead timer? We'll see. Like for an idea, I'll tell you, hello in the sense when by the time by which the source send the information to the destination, and dead timer means the time in which the packet should be received by the receiver. Okay, this is what we call as a dead timer. Now go to the next point. Step flag must match, and last one is authentication must match. Like these are the basic things. Authentication and with reference to stop flag means, authentication means like if at all if I am able to access that information. For an instance, like to give you an example of what authentication must match means, I am a customer of a bank, XYZ bank, and there is some other person who is an employee of that bank. Though we both belong to the same bank, my access information and his access information will be different. My access information and his access information will be very much different. I cannot access the information of other employees with my account, but that person who is an employee of that bank can access other information through his ID. So this is the difference. Authentication in the sense whether I am able to get that particular authentication which I want to access. If at all if that is good, then it is when considered with reference to OSPF. Now moving forward, what are the states with reference to OSPF? The first point which says like the device operating OSPF goes through certain states. For the states, down, node, init, two-way, start, exchange and full. These are some of the states which is being with reference to OSPF. What it is, down means in this state no hello packet have been received on the interface. Hello packet in the sense when the communication starts between two routers. Now what it says, the down state doesn't mean that the interface is physically down. Here it means the OSPF adjacency process has not yet started, in the sense I did not start sending the packet from sender to the receiver. Like it is something like a common type of thing. Like if at all if I say hello, it means I am trying to establish a connection with you, or I want to establish a communication with you, or else I want to start a conversation with you. That is what we call as a hello packet. It is what we call as hello packet. Now what do you write down in this? No hello packet is been sent. Like if at all there is some unknown person, I will not say hello to him. It means I don't want to have a communication with him. It means with reference to computer networks, this state is called as down. This state is called as down. Now what is the second state? The second state says is init. The second state is init. Init in the sense, in this state, hello packet have been received from other router. It means the sender has sent some information and we have received it. Like I have said hello, means we are responding with hello. It means we started with some of the communication, though we did not process anything, but we started with our communication. It means in this state, hello packet have been received from the other router. Now, what is two-way? In the two-way state, both the router have received the hello packet from other routers. Bidirectional connectivity has been established. Now, what it says, in between the two states and X start state, the DR and BDR election take place. In the sense, like DR means designated route and BDR means backup designated route. This has been opted, like which to be opted between all this, like to take the minimal path. Now what is the next state? It is X start. What X start says? In this state, null DBD are exchanged. In this state, master and slave election takes place. The router have the highest routing ID or router ID becomes the master while other becomes the slave. This election decides which router will send its DBD first. Router who have formed neighborship will take part in this election. Now this looks somewhat complicated, but this is very simple. What is simple in this? This means the highest, what do you call as, the master becomes the highest, what it says, the highest router ID that it has, it becomes the master and others become the slaves. And also with reference to starting a conversation, the master will start the conversation and it has been decided which part to be taken, which routing state to be taken, or which type of things to be, like like what you call a designated or backup, which is to be taken. The next state is exchange. In this state, the actual TBDs are exchanged, like as the name says. So what is the next one? The next one is loading. In this state, LSR, LSU and LSA, link acknowledgement are exchanged. In the sense, like when I say hello, you also say me hello. It means it is an acknowledgement for me that you have received my hello to you. Or else in another way, if I say, when one router sends an information or one router sends a packet to other router, it in returns sends an acknowledgement saying that I have received your packet. We can start our conversation or we can start our communication between these two routers. This is what it says. Now what is the important thing? When a router receives DBD from other router, it compares its own DBD with other router DBD. If the received DBD is more updated than its own DBD, then the router will send LSR to other XYZ type of things. Now what it says is, like, if at all I know 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, some other person has also told me like 3 plus 1 is also equal to 4. So I'll update that also into my router table, stating that 3 plus 1 also is equal to 4, 2 plus 2 is always equal to 4. This means it is always updating with reference to the neighboring type of neighboring routers, so that it can take the shortest path among that routing paths. Okay. Now what is the next state? The next state is, in this state called full, synchronization of all information takes place. OSPF routing can begin only after full state. This is what are the different stages or different states of OSPF. Now, with reference to the timers in OSPF, as I have told you, with reference to the hello timer and with reference to the dead timer, what actually it is, it says over here, the interval in which OSPF router sends the hello message on the interface, it is 10 seconds by default. It is 10 seconds by default. Hello timer in the sense, if I say hello and you are responding with the next day, is also not possible. If at all if I am saying hello, you are responding after 1 hour, is also not possible. It means by the time I say hello, within some second you should respond me with hello. Then only the communication starts. It is not that the other router is not responding to your request. It is responding to the request, but not in hello time. Not in hello time. What is the hello time? It is by default 10 seconds. Now what do you mean by dead timer? Dead timer in the sense the interval in which the neighbor will be declared dead if it is not able to send the hello packet. Now, in the sense it means the receiver has not sent the acknowledgement to the sender, or like the receiver router did not send the acknowledgement to the sender, then within a small span of time, then that becomes a dead timer. Now what is the next thing? It is 40 seconds by default. It is usually 4 times the hello interval, but can be configured manually according to the need. For instance, like I'm not saying anything, but for instance, I'll give you a small example. I said hello, you said me hello, and there might be a thing in which I may mumble or I may fumble in any way saying hello. Then my send time and my receive time should be different. Like by the time I say hello, you will say hello. You will say hello. It means my hello time and your dead time is dependent on the type of connection and type of communication that we have. But there will be some time span which will be allocated with reference to the hello timer and dead timer. It means by the time a router sends the information and receiver receives the information, and by the time receiver receives the information and sends the acknowledgement back to the sender, this all is called as hello timer and dead timer. Now, this is what we call as OSPF, or Open Shortest Path First type of protocol. I hope you understood what actually is OSPF, the different type of criteria and different type of things. In the next session or in the coming session, we're going to learn about BGP or Border Gateway Protocol, what it is, how it has been similar with reference to OSPF, how it has been different with reference to OSPF, and what are the similarities and dissimilarities between OSPF, and how BGP works and how OSPF works. We have seen how BGP works, and we'll compare and contrast between all of these two protocols. I hope you understood something from this presentation. If at all if you have any doubt, please let me know on my email address rahmat_ali2u@yahoo.com. That's all for today. Have a great time and have a great day. Thank you for listening.